stars of the very first Selby Track and Field Classic. In the short jump, Ric Walton.
Hey, I was a speedster. No. That's not funny. That really hurts my feelings. You can't say that to me, can you?
No.
I tell you, I remember that. I think I remember that when that started, but it was, and I didn't know James, that's right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I knew Phil Selby real well. I know Mrs. Selby, their mother,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember knowing Mr. Selby. But I remember when that started. I think it started at Parkside. I think that's where we started it.
Yeah.
And was it? Yeah. And Phil, was James, was James like a brother to Phil or something? Do you know at all?
I really don't. I did not know him.
Yeah.
And, I knew there's several Selby families. The Consumers president for many years was John Selby, but that's not the same family.
No.
And I think that confused people
Right.
for a while.
No, it was Phil Selby, who was just a good guy. He actually a year older than me in school at Parkside, and I think I thought it was one of his brothers or something like that. I'm not sure. Just looking at this, is a brand new thing they just put out, huh?
Brand new brochure.
It's kind of nice.
Visitor's guide, beautiful brochure.
It is a beautiful brochure. I look
It's a
at
booklet.
it. Like the second page there is a cascades. You show the cascade. Where are we at on that renovation and everything? Is that all done, or they've got a bunch more to do? Do you know?
Well, no, there's just apparently $12 million worth of work that they'd like to do.
So
they've got a long ways to go.
And I really kind of grew up at the Cascades. I lived on Thompson Street, which by Cascade School at the time, and then lived over on Cascades Drive.
The county got $34 million in COVID money.
Yeah.
They maybe could use it for that.
I don't want to tell them to use it all for that, but I'd like to see the Cascades, because it's something, wouldn't have been fun back there when Cap Sparks, built the Cascades, and you don't remember that, he had this big mansion. I never was in it, just on the outskirts of the Cascades right there. And the lagoons, I don't remember the lagoons ever being great, I guess, but maybe they were, back then. It's been so long. But it had to be a cool park with this waterfall type thing there going on, these lagoons and all that. And that'd be pretty special. I'd like to see them. I wish there was enough money to go around and really bring the lagoons back the way they were, too. That would be fun.
Well, you think about it, the place is 90 years old. So
is it 90?
90 this year.
90 this year?
Yeah.
Wow. 90 is when they did that. 90?
1932, yeah.
Wow. It was interesting to think that Mr. Sparks did that.
Yeah, and I think there were years where they, didn't do much in terms of maintenance, and it's cost them.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So it's anything going on downtown this weekend?
We've got Paws in the Park Friday and Saturday, the Rose Parade on Sunday.
The Rose Parade Sunday?
Remember the year we rode in the parade?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Is that the year we threw all the candy and stuff out, then they made that rule we couldn't do it anymore or something like that?
Yeah, they changed the rule after
Threw out balls or something, whatever out there. What happened to the good old days? It's kind of like, I grew up when I sat on the armrest in the car in the middle between my parents, Nobody thought anything about it. I grew up in those days where, we'd eat something, I guess it was tainted, and we lived, whatever. Nowadays, you got to worry about everything. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Don't trust me. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I don't think you should ride on the arms without a seatbelt on. I'm a big believer in that. But it's amazing how we survived all this stuff.
Well, I'm sure as a kid I did, rode in the back of a pickup truck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's, we just did some crazy things back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Did some crazy things at the Cascades. I remember as kids too, when we were probably in 7th grade, in 8th grade, we go bumper jumping and stuff like that. Young guys like that guy over there behind the camera, he doesn't remember that bumper jumping stuff.
No,
that's way before him and everything.
Well, we don't even have bumpers anymore. Right?
Well, I think we have bumpers, but I don't hear about bumper jumping. Just a different world.
Well, summer's here. It obviously was a beautiful weekend last weekend, and for someone that lives at the lake, you're ready for it, aren't you?
Well, it's been a tough spring from the standpoint of
I
nice
call
weather.
it summer. This week I decided, summer is June, July, August. Fall is September, October, November, and so on.
Right.
Let's just do it that way.
Okay.
September 21st, June 21st.
No, I know.
I don't get it.
They even talked about, I tell you what I love right now, because sometimes I get up fairly early. I like it when it's light out, when you get up early. I think it just changes. You want to get up versus in the wintertime when it's cold and dark and dreary, you don't want to get up.
Yeah.
Now you want to get up, let's get going. Let's go do the things.
The days that you've missed some of the day already, it's get out of bed.
Get out of bed? Oh, I think so. I really do think so. Before I start getting tired. You know how that works. No question about that. But no, I'm glad to see summer here because I do like to see that sunshine.
Are you going to water ski this summer?
You know, I'd say there's about a 25% chance I might, just to show them I can do it. I'll probably do it and then ruin my shoulder again or something. You know, I have both the rotator cuffs done, and a separated shoulder too, and all that kind of stuff. But I think I could do it. There's no doubt in my mind I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be very good, but I think I could do it.
A couple of years ago, there was nothing we could do all summer with lockdown. So
Yeah.
I think we're catching up. A lot of the events are back. Every weekend, it's multiple events.
Oh yeah. Now you think about that. You know, you had to worry about going out to a store or something or going somewhere and getting in trouble. I mean, I just think about that in the last 2 years here, because we bought at the time a hot tub, and I mean it's really therapeutic for Lisa in particular. But it was a big deal. Like I said, I'm not sure if I can deliver it to you because we weren't an essential business or something like that.
Yeah.
And so whether you got it or not, you kind of skirted the, I don't know if it was the law or what it was, but it's funny what we just came through, no doubt.
Let's hope we never have to go through it again.
Do what again?
The lockdown, a pandemic.
When?
I hope we never.
Oh, never. What are you talking about? There's no one coming. What are you talking about now? What are you even reading?
People are still getting sick, and people are still dying, unfortunately. And
Oh, yeah.
Still going in the hospital. So.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't, but you know.
So you don't have any weekend plans?
Actually, tomorrow night we're gonna go out for dinner with a couple, and we're going to go down to Devil's Lake, believe it or not, and eat down there.
The yacht club?
I think it's where we're going. I'm not. They're taking us out, and I ate lunch there one time years. You've been there, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat old place, isn't it?
It is.
Just a neat old.
It feels like you're going back in time.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there for years and years and years. I'm looking forward to that. You know, Devil's Lake's a great lake too, and in fact, I told at least the other day, I said, we've got to go out there and drive around and see all the different little there's restaurants to a place called the Poop Deck.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that name?
Yeah.
It was a bathing suit place, really, wasn't it?
That was like you can't see the whole thing from any one spot. I mean, it's got all these
Right.
little fingers and everything, and little tiny bergs, and
Right.
it's amazing. I think it's.
I don't think I've ever been. Have you been on the lake?
I've never been on the lake.
I don't think I've ever been on the lake either. You know, I've been around the lake, but I've never been on it. Because I was at another restaurant there at one time. I can't think what the name of it is back then. But I got to go back. I kind of like to go back and explore around there. Then it's a big lake. I mean, it's a big lake.
Oh, it's huge, and it's a big. I mean, people in Ohio, it's like they're up north. It's
right.
Millions of Ohio people there.
Right. Of course, there's so many lakes out there, and really in that area that
Yeah.
you can go to. Tons of
We're
lakes.
so lucky here. It's amazing how lucky we are.
People don't realize just all the lakes, and that's the other thing. I would like to. Wish I had my motorcycle back then. I'd like to get back on a motorcycle and go down all these different roads and see. Amazing what you see, just some beautiful country, and then you look at this, say, wow, there's a lake here. I didn't even know there was a lake there. That's what's always been kind of fun to go on an airplane or something like that. I went up in a balloon a few times, and you look around, you see all those lakes. Are you afraid of heights, guy?
I am, but I have been in the balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
It was all right.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm. But like Ferris wheel, I won't go on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. You know, I can appreciate that too. You know, I'm okay with it when I look over like that and you look down and you say, whoa, you start to get fuzzy, up there. No, exactly. It's interesting. So you say the Selby track meet is this weekend?
It was on Tuesday night, and we were there covering it. We have the whole thing on JTV today at 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I bet it is cool.
Yeah. So
and you get the Elglick football camp.
That's Elglick's football camp.
That's the June.
Up too.
Isn't that the 4th? I think that's the 4th or something.
No, it's.
No.
When is it?
It's a few weeks away.
Oh, it's a few weeks away.
A couple weeks away.
So I think I want to get my one grandson into. I think it's 4th grade to like 7th grade or 8th grade or something like that.
Yep. Are you going to give a little seminar at
Yeah, I'm going to give us some
football
of that.
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attitude, an attitude.
Attitude.
Work ethic.
That's right.
Saturday the 18th.
Oh, the 18th?
The 18th.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm all fired up to do that. I'm just, no, it's,
Well,
That's
you gave a
teaching.
great inspirational speech at Spring Arbor, so I think maybe that's something you could do.
you know, I'd like to do that. I really, really, really would like to do that. In fact, I was talking to somebody today about somebody that really has an issue in that, and I said, you know, I'm not going to throw a stone at them.
I'm gonna call Brian Glick. I'm gonna get you on the schedule.
Yeah, right.
We'll open the can.
Call Brian. I'd love to. I'd love to get in there and be that coach that fires those kids up there at halftime and stuff too. You know, I just think
You'd be good at it.
that's a talent. It'd be fun to do.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for firing us up.
My pleasure.
Ric Walton. That's it. We've run out of